Let's take a look at cotangent. If we go to our graph for cotangent, we'll type in 1 divided by tangent, and it'll look similar to tangent, but it's backwards. And if we were to look at the table, there is a problem with the table with cotangent. There are no zeros. And so all those error messages, they're not correct. Right here, at 0, we have us an asymptote. So this 0 is true. At 90 degrees, it says we have another error message, so that means it's an asymptote, but it's not. That 90 degree is a 0. So this is false. The graph of cotangent, the table, half of the errors are wrong, half of the errors are correct. You will not see a 0. The reason is the calculator takes tangent first, and on some of those where you're getting errors, your calculator doesn't know how to flip that error over to give you the 0, because the error from tangent comes from 1 over 0. And when it does cotangent, it doesn't know how to flip that to make it 0 on top of 1. So half of those error messages are going to be wrong. Okay? Let's fill out our table. Okay? So cotangent is going to be the same things that we use for tangent. You're going to see a lot of radical 3 over 3, a lot of 1s, and a lot of radical 3s. So 0. 0 was an asymptote. So we'll put undefined. And then the graph is high. It's falling. And these are the backwards of what we did with tangent. And then we have us a 0. And we're falling, but this time we're negative. And then we have us an asymptote. And then we're up top again, falling. Continue to fall. Asymptote. And that is this one over here. Let's fill in a couple of these. So at 0, we have us an asymptote. At 90, we do not have an asymptote like the table says. We have a 0. Another 90 degrees, we'll have another asymptote. Another 90 degrees, we'll have a 0. Another 90 degrees, we'll have an asymptote. And so on, so on, so on, so on. Okay, at 45 degrees, we're here at 1. At 135, we're down here at -1. And I'll duplicate those over here. And this is what cotangent looks like. That was really nice. And that's cotangent, and you just keep drawing them, but that's 2 periods there for cotangent. Let's answer some of these questions. I've just never been able to figure out this board. All right, so some things that were useful. Well, 0 isn't going to give us anything nice, but it was useful. We know that that's an asymptote. Just like pi, that's going to be an asymptote. So that's going to help us out with our domain. All real, but 0 plus minus k pi. So every pi from 0 forward and backwards, we have as an asymptote. What was nice was pi over 2. Pi over 2 gave us 0. 3 pi over 2 will also give us 0. Same thing with 5 pi over 2. And something else that was nice was the 45-degree angle. And 3 pi over 4 gives us a -1. So those are some nice points. The range of this function, the period of this function, like tangent, is pi divided by any b value. So at 180 degrees, you have constant repetition. List the intercepts. There was no y-intercept. X-intercept, we had a nice one at pi over 2, and then they happened every k pi. I like those listed as points. And then the asymptotes come from your domain. So y is not y, x is equal to, because it's a vertical line, 0 plus minus k pi. And that's cotangent.